So I'm joined here today by Sean Laidlaw. I've known Sean as a mate for a good number of years now, but obviously as mates do, we never really kind of talk about what we do, how we're doing, that kind of thing. And obviously I've known Sean being in the army and being in the bomb disposal side of things. So I want to kind of have a bit of a catch up to see, kind of decision and about going into the army, obviously why that particular field, and just kind of, discussing about life after that. So Sean, if you want to kind of give a bit of insight about what he was doing previous and then going into bomb disposal.
Cool. I worked in London, as you do when you're 17, 18, living in Dagenham. London's the closest thing we got. So I took the opportunity as soon as I could to get up there and work. I'd done sort of college like any normal kid. I never went to university. I kind of realised in college that education wasn't for me. Full-time education in that sense wasn't for me. I just wouldn't get along with it. So I went into full-time work and hated it. Absolutely hated it more than I hated school. And it got to the point where I thought, well, this can't be it. This can't be the next 60 to however long years. This is it. This can't be it. Of just going to London, going to work. It just wasn't me. And I didn't really know what to do or what I wanted to do. I've obviously, as a kid, you want to join the army, you want to be a pilot or all these things. And I kind of kept getting brought back to the army. So I went down my local recruiting office and had a chat with them, had some interviews and stuff. And you do a thing called a BARB test. And it tests like a multitude of things, but it basically spits out what jobs it thinks that you should do in the military. It gives you maybe like 20 options. So I selected a career in communications engineering. So BT, like that sort of stuff, basically, but in the army. The specific job role I went for was a combat communicator in the engineers. So on the front line, working with engineers and being the guy on the radio. I was selected to do one of three things, and I chose out of those three things bomb disposal. I mean, the guy came in and was like, "Do you want to go blow stuff up?" Like, yeah, cool. Right, right. Like, what 20-year-old kid wouldn't want to be running around blowing stuff up? It sounded great.
Yeah.
But like when you got into bomb disposal, it's very, very different. It's not like you go into bomb disposal and you do hurt locker. You don't go straight in and do that. There's a lot of different things that you do. I ended up going down the route of search. So the stuff I enjoyed was actually trying to find the bombs, not just disarming it. It's all about trying to find it, and that's a multitude of different areas. You got to be able to track. You got to be able to stand in an area and decide where would you put a device. And off the back of that, I ended up going down a route of IEDs, because you've got like conventional munitions, which is your the bombs that fall out of planes or stuff that the British Army uses. Then you've got IEDs, which is the stuff that like you can make in your bathroom. That's the sort of stuff I like, because it's unpredictable. You can hide it anywhere and it really tests you.
And like, was there a big kind of like drop off in regards to like the number of people that you were like joined with compared to like actually got through? Because I'm sure there's probably only a small number that actually progressed through, even from just like sticking it out and just thinking, actually, I can push this.
The attrition in the military is unreal. Like once you're in your unit, you generally people stay. But off the back of basic training, about 2 years in, most of the guys that I was in with had left.
With careers, they do have that a short lifespan for whatever reason. Obviously, in the army, you can obviously continue into kind of more of the operational side of it. Was that never anything you was really kind of interested in? You did your time, or was it other opportunities that came your way that made you shift off?
Well, when I joined the military, my dad constantly said to me, "Have an exit plan." It was something he always said. He was one of the reasons why I became an engineer, because it was you can leave with qualifications.
Yeah.
As long as you continue getting qualifications, at some point you need to leave the military. At some point in your life, you have to. Whether that be through injury, whether that be through retirement, whether that be just because you don't want to be there anymore. But at some point, you will need to leave and you will need to have another career. So when I joined the military, my plan was by the time I'm 30, I would leave.
I appreciate you being able to catch up on that. And I think we'll definitely have some more conversations on few other topics that you want to discuss and that, and then yeah, go from there.
Cool.